referendum,
referendum,
election silence,
election silence,
spoiled or invalid vote,
spoiled or invalid vote,
polling station,
polling station,
propaganda,
propaganda,
freedom of speech.
freedom of speech.
The 4 referendums are taking place on December 18th. Are you going to vote?
What's the point when our votes are just useless references that won't even be taken into consideration by the government?
First off, it's a way of carrying out your rights as a Taiwanese citizen. And what you mentioned above is a typical Taiwanese mindset, which is certainly absurd.
Think about it. Votings in Taiwan are the perfect example of hatred. Citizens vote because they dislike the opposing side of whichever they support.
We can be the ones to flip it all over. Vote for what you believe to be right rather than vote to cross the opposite party.
What you're saying is starting to make a little sense. I guess you can consider one more person that'll show up at the polling station. Is there anything else I should know before voting?
You would need to prepare your ID card, your stamp, and the notification letter. The workers at the polling station will need them to verify your identity.
That's reasonable. I bet you don't know anything about election silence.
Of course I do. I'm aware that you are not allowed to speak when you're in the booth.
Give me a break. That's common sense. Election silence means the ban of propagandas on the exact day of election, including posting or distributing flyers, hanging banners, and sending SMS messages.
Doesn't that violate freedom of speech? Everyone should be able to express their thoughts towards issues.
I absolutely agree with you. But when your campaign may sway other people's decisions shortly before an election, you might break the law.
If that's the case, I'd better keep my mouth shut then. Last reminders here. Do not use your signature, personal stamp, or fingerprint to vote on the ballot paper. Anything other than the provided stamp will make it a spoilt vote.
Got it. I have an idea. We can go vote together. That way, we can remind each other to bring our ID cards and all that stuff.
You wish. We don't get to decide where we want to vote.
What? Why? This makes voting much more complex than I thought.
I can hardly believe my own ears. This may be the first time I'm going to agree with you. We have to vote according to the city of our household registration. Furthermore, the notification letter will state your specific polling station.
I hope this isn't a big discouragement for people who study or work in other cities.
Me too. Every citizen's voice should be heard and taken into consideration by the government. Something to take place.
Something to take place.
Flip something over.
Flip something over.
One can hardly believe one's own eyes or ears.
One can hardly believe one's own eyes or ears.
Take something into consideration.
Take something into consideration.